This is QualitySTocks. Today's Tuesday, May 17th, 2011, and today we're going to take a look at ONTC Corp. This is an OTC QB listed stock trading our ticker ONTC. Chart caught my eye because it's in classic double bottom form right here. Nice up day yesterday, up over 12% on huge volume. That buying pressure should be turning these lower indicators, and we're seeing that happen. The slightest little uptrend right here in the histogram with the buying yesterday. Overall now, you look for a valley to be made. Somewhere through here, you want to see this flatten and turn, make a higher low, and of course begin to trend back towards zero. Long term, you also look for that trend line to be broken. That coincides, of course, with trying to break through zero, develop something like this, make a higher high, develop a channel. It's the overall shift in trend from the downward channel it's been in, with the sell-off back down to the support level, and then resurgence in buying pressure. See if it's going to put together an upward channel. Those are things I look for in the MACD. Similarly, PPO, be looking for a new higher low to be made. Pretty definitive downward channel in the ADX. In a somewhat neutral position at this point. We're starting to see a curl in the positive DI and a break back through the ADX with this green line. The positive DI would be a bullish indication. Of course, with the sell-off came the large drop in the MFI, starting to make a move upward yesterday with some buying pressure. Of course, selling the drop in price reflecting the accumulation distribution dropping off. Not getting much from this at this point. All you do is you look for some sort of bottom to be established, some buying pressure to come back in. So not going to get much of a read from the AD at this point. Again, a little bit longer term of things, just look for an upward channel to try and be established. Taking money flow did show a little bit of a turn yesterday with the buying. Selling pressure, of course, is still dominant with the way it's factored together. As I mentioned, very early in a possible reversal, just look for us to try and continue to trend upward. Similarly with the CCI, bottom feeders will look for that break in negative 100 as a buy point. If it breaks back down, it's an immediate sell. That philosophy helps minimize losses. But right now, breaking back through negative 100 is something that bottom feeders will look for. Full still, of course, back down in oversold territory. Just now starting to flatten on the bottom here. Look for a turn, some momentum to come back into the play. Again, a little bit farther down the road, look for trend lines to be broken. Tricks, of course, it's a lagging indicator. It serves very well with long-term indications, though. So you look now and you look for a higher low. What happens with this chart is it just starts to see some pressure. It starts to hold this bottom and make a move upward. You'll see this turn, and again, you look for that channel. These are the type of things that bottom players look for because they try and see the move before it happens. So you'll look for the higher low to be made in the rotation. RSIs, all trying to turn with the buying pressure, in a nice position to try and put together some upward momentum. Of course, this chart lives and dies by holding this bottom support. You can see how it actually ties in historically with the resistance level. This drop from up here around a nickel, all the way bound back to sub-penny. In classic TA form, bounced right back off that old breakout point. The resistance indeed became support. Put together another big climb, about an 8-bagger through there. Slipped back down, and now it looks like it's trying to hold it again. So I'd have my eye on 0065 as a definitive support level that I'd want to see have it hold. This doesn't mean a whole lot of resistance. The penny level, we talk about this all the time in charts. It's just a common psychological barrier. It's no different than the dime level or the dollar level. It just seems to be an automatic area of resistance. You can see that came into play right back through here. Of course, it gapped through it, which is a great move to gap through resistance. Sell off, held it, made another move upward. So you got to look at that break of the penny level as the first key area for this chart. And then a little more is going to come back into play right through the 0125 mark. Of course, there's a 200-day moving average right through there. It also ties back in with the classic support level that it fell through. And it ties in again right here in April on the gap, move up. Even the sell-off, pulled back up, held it, and then took off again. So look for 0125 to be the next area of resistance for this to meet. From there is going to be a little bit more to penny and a half. And then there's really a pretty substantial jump to the next area of resistance, all the way up here around 2.5 cents, and even clean up to 3 cents. Obviously a very large move from where it is today, closed at 0082. But if it can make the move and go up here to this penny and a half and break through that, at that point it would move itself over top of the 50-day moving average. It'd be trading over top of the 200-day moving average. And the chances of something more substantial coming are greatly increased at that point because of making it through these resistance points and the fact there's just not much price per share resistance in the way until it reaches those upper levels. But all in all, ONTC has a nice look to it, a classic double bottom. Indicators are trying to turn. Huge volume yesterday. This chart's certainly worthy of the watch list to see how it's going to perform, see if it's going to punch through this penny mark and go up here and challenge a penny and a quarter. So those are things I'm going to be looking for this week and in the weeks to come. As always, merely my interpretation of the ONTC chart. This is Sandy with QualityStocks. Thank you for watching and trade smart.